through the parking lots as well. Some of the private contractors have created that. The key is to get drivers through this morning rush and the potential for slippery conditions. For drivers, it has been a while since we've had to deal with this, so officials are reminding people to definitely take their time, keep speeds low, and a safe distance with other drivers. Once temps move up later this morning or in the afternoon, then it's just going to be rain, so icing won't be a big concern, particularly in the evening rush. But the rain, of course, is something to be mindful of. But again, that's later, and now, Dave, it's wait and see for this bit of winter weather to come.
Well, Tim, stay safe out there, and we're going to try to keep you safe this morning. We got Justin coming up in just a matter of seconds. He's going to tell you what the roads are like. And then after that, we'll tell you about the Montgomery County School Administrator who allegedly embezzled over $500,000. Lots to tell you about. Traffic and weather in the tubes right now with Justin Drobick in the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. Justin, what's the latest out there? Well, we actually have a few fires to deal with right now. One is a vehicle fire, 95 in the northbound direction. Thanks for some calls from tipsters as right as you approach Bridge Street. This one's fully cooking right now. Looks like police now on the scene. Right lane blocked off. There's also a tractor trailer in front of the vehicle that is burning. Not sure if that was involved in some sort of crash or just there to help out. But just a heads up, heading north on 95. Southbound, you're in okay shape. So we're still waiting on the fire department to arrive at the scene on this 95 north car fire. So likely additional lanes will be blocked. So just heads up. And then another fire taking place. This is on the ramp to Trooper Road from 422 westbound. So that off-ramp is blocked off. Not exactly sure what's burning. There's a trash truck in there. Not sure if it's the trash that was on fire, but nonetheless, no access to Trooper Road if you're traveling on 422 westbound. That ramp all blocked off. And precipitation moving into southern Chester County in the form of sleet and snow mixture. Hearing some of the roads are untreated around the Oxford area, so it's become slippery. Looking at the temperatures, they are below freezing. And now you do have the wet conditions in Delaware right now. Temperatures hovering at or slightly above freezing near Wilmington. So that precipitation, whatever's falling, is starting to pick up, and it's all heading our way. Pennsylvania Turnpike right now moving okay. Schuylkill Expressway, no major issues at the moment, both directions. Same goes for 476, both Blue Route and the Northeast Extension. And in New Jersey, all clear from the overnight construction closure on 295 south of 42. No problems at 42. New Jersey Turnpike or Route 55, and mass transit looks okay. And if you do have a traffic tip, always call us on the NJM Insurance traffic tip line at 215-724-1060. Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Justin Drobick.
Busy day for our friends in the NBC 10 First Alert Weather Center. Marvin Gomez is here to tell you your 5-day forecast and get you ready for this morning. Hey, Marvin.
Hey, Dave, good morning. Yeah, definitely quite a busy day for ourselves, especially during the morning hours when we expect to see some of the snow gradually moving in areas north and west of the city. I do expect a couple of snowflakes to appear near the city, but very quickly we're going to see that change over to rain. Temperatures for today climbing up to 46. With that being said, I am expecting almost no accumulation across the city. It's gonna have to be over towards the Lehigh Valley where we could see perhaps a bit of snow accumulation, especially in the grassy surfaces, but then quickly again changing over to a wintry mix for the rest of the day. Winds are going to be picking up as well, gusts up to 50 miles per hour along the coast. That's where the strongest winds will be felt, and near the city, gusts up to 35 miles per hour possible for today. Again, the rain will be with us for not just the morning, but into the afternoon. A couple of showers possible into Friday morning, keeping clouds for the afternoon. A high of 49 degrees, and heading into the weekend, we're actually not in best shape. 42 with sunshine on Saturday, and on Sunday, a bit cooler, 38 degrees our high temperature with mostly sunny skies. And nice weather is expected for early next week with temperatures into the upper 30s. Dave?
Thank you, Marvin. And there are some schools in our area that have a delayed opening because of the weather. You can see a list of those schools at kywnewsradio.com/schools. Tornadoes in Louisiana killed at least 3 people and injured other folks. One twister passed through the New Orleans area yesterday, killing 1 person and knocking out power to thousands. Mary Kenny said she and her family ran for their lives.
We gotta get out of here. There's a tornado. And we ran out the trailer and we could see it coming across the road. As soon as we got in the house, in the bathroom, in the tub, and our ears started popping and everything was gone and everything was falling on us. We just held on to each other and prayed.
On Tuesday, a tornado killed a woman and her 8 8-year-old son near Shreveport. Many homes in that area were also damaged. That twister was the second in 2 weeks to touch down near Shreveport. 5:37. Philadelphia City Council President Darrell Clark is expected to introduce legislation at today's meeting that will use tax breaks to encourage the construction of affordable homes. KYW City Hall Bureau Chief Pat Loeb's on the story.
Clark's bill would take advantage of a new state law that allows local governments to provide tax exemptions for improvements to deteriorated areas and dwellings as an incentive to revive or create affordable housing. The law, introduced by State Representative Jared Solomon, passed in July. Solomon predicted it would expand access to affordable housing in a dramatic and unprecedented way. The law allows taxing authorities to grant low-income taxpayers a refund or forgiveness of tax increases caused by a rate hike or a higher assessment within designated areas. Clark's bill proposes granting the exemptions along a bladed section of North Broad Street, spanning both his and Cindy Bass's districts. At City Hall, Pat Loeb, KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
This afternoon at 3, authorities in Bucks County will provide an update on the case of the Sellersville woman who's been missing for 2 months. 55-year-old Beth Capaldi was last seen on October 10th. Capaldi was reported missing by her daughter 2 days later. Sources tell NBC 10 Capaldi's husband, Stephen, was taken into custody last Thursday and led police to human remains the next day near the Philadelphia airport. The remains have not yet been officially identified as Capaldi. On Friday, investigators were back at Capaldi's home with cadaver dogs. Back in October, Bucks County District Attorney Matt Weintraub said of this case that it's just been his experience that people don't go missing unless they intend to go missing, or there's a horrific accident, or there's some terrible foul play. So check back in with KYW News Radio for updates on this developing story. A 36-year-old woman is accused of embezzling nearly $600,000 from a private school in Montgomery County. KYW Suburban Bureau Chief Jim Melworth has the details.
Catherine Paprocka from Paoli was the senior administrator at Penn Christian Academy in East Martin from July 2020 to December 2021. According to the Montgomery County DA's office, the investigation began after a private donor to the school looked into what the donor thought might be funding irregularities. The donor's investigation found about $50,000 of reimbursements that weren't properly submitted expenses, but the DA's office says an additional investigation found Paprocka had defunded the school of just shy of $580,000. Investigators say Paprocka assumed identities and forged signatures of other employees or volunteers and got credit cards and other names of employees without their knowledge. The DA's office says the investigation found Paprocka used the money for family vacations to New York, London, and Florida, dining out, clothing, car rentals, and in vitro fertilization. She's facing several charges, including dealing in proceeds of unlawful taking, receiving stolen property, forgery, and theft. At the Suburban Bureau, Jim Melworth, KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
We reached out to Penn Christian Academy, but they have not yet responded.
Life and the law with ABE Filters.
Officer, the driver for the holiday flare didn't stop her from getting a ticket, though.
An Arizona driver was pulled over last week after troopers noticed a suspicious passenger in the high-occupancy vehicle lane. The driver had an inflatable Grinch in the passenger seat. Waits for holiday spirit. Too bad they're on our license. The HOV lanes are delineated with a diamond shape painted on the pavement, so you should know if you're in one. Obviously, you need to have more than one real-life human, but the HOV lanes aren't exactly self-explanatory. Sometimes they require 2 people, sometimes 3, based on levels of existing congestion and projected use of the lane. And some states change them by time of day, so look closely at the signs before you enter one. While most are enforced via police stops, others are electronically enforced by overhead or roadside cameras, and the agency will mail a ticket, that's not a lump of coal, to the registered vehicle owner. From Manchester, I'm Amy E. Feldman for KYW News Radio.
Cars on fire on 95 North near the Betsy. Justin Drovic's going to tell you about that in just over 2.5 minutes.
KYW News Radio 103.9 FM. Be listening and be the first to know.
Hey, Philly, this quarterback Jalen Hurts here. It's crunch time. What's the right play?
Go for 2, Jalen.
What? Go for 2. Oh, right. It's
Trooper Road before 22 itself. All lanes are open. And then you have the water main right northeast Philadelphia. This is along the boulevard between Wells and Grand. Here into the tip there, you are able to get through on the power lane. So that's the good news there. And then
What can I have here?
A large black coffee, please.
Large hot coffee?
Yep.
Black?
Yep.
Anything else?
That's it. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Needed to repair a leak in the home she's owned for 27 years. When she learned about MV Realty, the company said it would give her $465 if she agreed to use them as her realtor if she ever sold her house. Turns out, she told a city council committee it wasn't that easy.
We didn't know what we was up against.
She says the company sent a notary and had her quickly sign papers that not only made them her realtor, but let them take out a mortgage on her house and put a lien on her property.
This is definitely a predatory company.
Pierce was just one of the homeowners testifying about feeling tricked into contracts whose terms they didn't fully understand. The Attorney General calls it a calculated deception that has trapped about 1,000 Pennsylvanians. Council says at least 500 of them are in Philadelphia. The AG's lawsuit asks that all mortgages MV Realty has taken on Pennsylvania homes be stricken, that it pay restitution and fines, and cease doing business in the state. Pat Loeb, KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
Spokesman for MV says the company is always transparent and is confident a full airing of the facts will show it's in compliance with state law. 548, a former neo-Nazi spoke to a group of 500 high school students about how to fight hate. KYW's Das Kustnitz reports from the 16th Annual Youth Leadership Conference.
Shannon Foley-Martinez says explaining what attracted her to becoming a neo-Nazi nearly 30 years ago is necessary to helping kids understand how easy it is to get lured into a culture of hate. She says she gets a lot of pushback.
Yeah, I get death threats and hate emails and big threats.
What motivates you to continue doing this work?
I mean, for me, I have lifelong amends to make.
And Goreski, Philadelphia Regional ADL Director, says 2021 had the highest amount of anti-Semitic incidents since the ADL has been keeping records.
We also know white supremacist propaganda has been on the rise.
Conferences like this one help kids gain critical thinking skills and give them parent says being armed with that kind of information is empowering.
Can you make a change at your school? Can one person make a difference?
I think a bunch of one person can make a difference.
At the Pennsylvania Convention Center, Hadas Kuznets, KYW News Radio 103.9
The
FM.
Eagles are at the 3-10 Chicago Bears this weekend, but if you didn't know the schedule and simply listen to a lot of the talk surrounding the Birds these days, you might think it's Dallas week. It's not. But Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons certainly put attention on the rivalry. This is Parsons and Bills linebacker Von Miller on Miller's Bleacher Report podcast, The Voncast.
I can't see how guys who put some of these quarterbacks in the MVP race. Like, that's crazy to me. Yeah. They're like, you know, like we put, I understand about. I think right now it's down to two. It's down to Mahomes and Allen. Who else would you put? I'll probably put Hurts and Mahomes right now.
Did you hear that sound Parsons made at the end there?
Right now.
Well, in debating this season's MVP, Parsons gave off the impression that he is crediting the Eagles' success to their, what he called, system and the overall team, rather than giving a lot of the credit to Jalen Hurts.
When you look at the Eagles, is it Hurts or the team?
Parsons said, so Hurts, of course, was asked about this.
We're worried about the Bears right now.
Hurts said he's worried about the Bears, not focused on what Parsons said, and that is the vibe that some of Hurts' teammates gave off, including left tackle Jordan Mailata.
Don't worry about any other comments anybody said. It's just how we focus. And then run about our business. We have Chicago Bears, not Chicago March Parsons.
Well, Parsons evidently believes Kansas City quarterback likely going to be talked about next week as well. Just Live North will tell you exactly where it is and what's the latest with that. It's time for the Sports Injury Update, sponsored by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers for over 40 years. Sounds like Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert is getting closer to returning from his shoulder injury. He said it's still up in the air as to whether he plays Sunday at the Bears, but added things are trending in the right direction.
This holiday season, please join Project Hope in the fight to end homelessness in Philadelphia. Get involved and make the holidays a warmer one for everyone. None of us are home until all of us are home. Please go to projecthome.org to learn more.
Lisa, official Christmas station is here. Your favorite holiday songs are playing right now, 24/7 at B101.1. Lisa, official Christmas station, B101.1. Number one clothing, drink, dating, and jewelry fair for Philadelphia.
So, a few minutes ago, I tried to turn off the radio so that I could do some commentary here having to do with him being afraid of the Bears, and it reminded me of a funny story that happened recently. Me and my wife were downstairs. I'm doing this for my friend. My friend told me to he told me to record myself going to work or coming home from work. I'm not sure if the intent was to have me talk the entire time. I did explain that what I would probably do is just drive in silence for like an hour and a half, and then the last couple of moments of the ride, I would talk about something. And, have like probably an hour and a half to figure out something interesting to say. I really doubt I will, but since that guy was talking about being afraid of bears, I'm going to relate this amusing anecdote which happened not more than 2 weeks ago. Me and my wife were reading the Bible, and there's a verse in Kings 2, chapter 2, lines 23 and 24, which is, it's not funny, but it's the fact that it's so matter of fact. There's so much information conveyed in so few words that I can't explain it like better than just reading the verse itself. Since I don't have it in front of me, I'll just give you the long and short of it. This prophet was on his way to a place. A bunch of boys made fun of him. He cursed them in the name of God, and 2 she-bears came out of the woods and ate 42 of the children, and then he finished his trip, and then he went home. Like, I know it doesn't sound funny, but just the matter-of-fact nature of he cursed them, they were eaten by bears, he finished his trip. This all happens over the course of, I believe, 3 sentences. It's absolutely insane. Again, it's in the Bible, Kings 2, chapter 2, I believe lines 23 through 24, or 22 through 24, something like that. Which is funny, 42 children, reverse it 24, whatever. So, anyway, I'll go back to being quiet now and listen to this horrible news.
It's sponsored by SEPTA, the Philly way to go. Rewind on KYW. Sponsored by National Appliance Warehouse. December 15, 1939. This is the world premiere of Gone with the Wind. December 15, 1960. The release of the epic movie Exodus.
How many Minutemen did you have at Concord the day they fired the shot heard around the world? 77.
December 15th, 1995. The release of the fantasy adventure movie starring Robin Williams
26 years ago, he started playing a little game.
and Kirsten Dunst. And that same day, the release of the crime thriller Heat, starring Al Pacino
I like to sad song because I spend all my time chasing guys like you.
and Robert De Niro.
I do what I do best.
I'm Brandon Gross.
I take scores.
And that's Rewind. Sponsored by National Appliance Warehouse. Tax-free shopping on new kitchen appliances. National Appliance Warehouse. Time for Money News on KYW News Radio with Bloomberg's Kimberly Adams. Good morning, Kim. What happened on Wall Street yesterday?
Well, good morning. Data investors got the 0.5% Fed hike that they expected, and the Fed forecast for rate hikes next year. That would push borrowing costs above Wall Street's forecast. So that means higher rates for credit cards and personal loans. A major credit reporting firm was already saying that consumers would have more trouble paying those loans next year. TransUnion predicting delinquency rates will be the highest in a dozen years. The anti-inflation efforts didn't go over well on Wall Street. The Dow was down 142, Nasdaq down 86, and S&P was down 24. Elon Musk is selling another $3.58 billion worth of Tesla shares, bringing the total amount he's offloaded since late last year to almost 40 billion days.
Thank you, Kim. And the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates again, but this bump is a little less than its most recent increases of 0.75 percentage point. It's a sign that the central bank sees economic conditions improving, as we hear from correspondent Derek Dennis.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell announcing another interest rate hike, this time 0.5%, meaning mortgage and car loans as well as credit card debts will cost more.
We understand the hardship that high inflation is causing. We are strongly committed to bringing inflation back down.
The Fed hiking interest rates hoping to reduce inflation, and analysts say that appears to be the case, with the consumer price index at 7.1% in November, down from 7.7% the month before.
But it will take substantially more evidence to give confidence that inflation is on a sustained downward path.
Powell says more interest rate hikes are likely in 2023. It's good news for people with money at the bank. Savings accounts and certificates of deposit will pay out more interest, but it's bad news for anyone carrying a credit card balance because interest rates will go up. Meantime, London's theater district is offering a helping hand.
Let it go. It's the cultural version of a food bank. Starting in the new year, about 1,000 unsold London theater tickets a week will be given to Brits caught in the country's cost of living crisis. As well as this, the ticket bank will offer access to music concerts and comedy and dance performances. Some of the capital's leading cultural institutions have already signed up, with more expected to join. Vicky Box, CSE, London.
You should probably be extra careful on your morning commute today. We'll help you out. Coming up.
WPHIFM Jenkintown, K1 WIPFM HD2 Philadelphia.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Backed by popular demand, it is Sloman's offer of a free home security system and free doorbell camera with professional installation.
Now, they wish they could give one to everyone, but Sloman's only has enough for the first 40 people. So the first 40 KYW listeners who call 833-933-SAFE will get this limited time offer, the free Sloman's doorbell camera that connects right to your phone with the installation of your Sloman Shield.
833-933-SAFE is the number, and Sloman's is going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring.
So you'll get an LED touchscreen pad, motion detector, 3 arm doors, and backup battery.
That's not all. If you are one of the first 40 listeners to call, you'll get that free doorbell camera. Shows you what's going on outside your home right on your phone with the installation of your Sloman Shield.
So keep your family safe. Call Sloman's now. That number is 833-933-SAFE. That's 833-933-SAFE. 833-933-SAFE.
So the professionalism and the level of experience on this broadcast has just upped itself significantly as he shakes his head. Buy two, get, he's very modest. Buy two, get two free with 0% interest for 5 full years. WindowNation.com. KYW News Time, 6 o'clock. All news and all that matters to you. Philadelphia's morning news is on KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
Light snow and sleet are in the forecast for some of Philadelphia's suburbs. Rain for the rest of us during the morning commute into the day.
Police name the suspect they're searching for in the shooting of a Philadelphia Parking Authority officer at a gas station and a gas station attendant in New York.
Neighbors in Chinatown shout down reps from the Sixers during a public meeting over the team's proposed arena.
The Eagles react to Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons appearing to diss Jalen Hurts' MVP caliber season.
We've got 34 degrees, cloudy sky in Center City, some precip moving through the western suburbs right now. We're heading to 46 on this Thursday, December 15th. Good morning, I'm Ian Bush, and I'm Dave Uran. Depend on KYW News Radio 103.9 FM for severe weather coverage. Sponsored by Aqua, an essential utilities company.
Weather's not great this morning. Sounds like it's going to be more aggravating north and west of the city. Tim Jimenez is in King of Prussia with what you need to know. Hey, Tim.
Hi, Dave, and right now we're patiently waiting here by Route 202 and Henderson Road, so roughly a couple miles away from the KOP Mall. Haven't had any precipitation just yet here at this particular location. The expectation is, as we've been talking about all morning long, is this morning commute will be a bit messy because of a wintry mix. And to get ready for whatever Mother Nature was going to bring, PennDOT crews, they were out pre-treating the roads. The same for Pennsylvania Turnpike crews, and of course those who work for the various municipalities here in the suburbs. And it's been quite a while for many of us driving in such weather, so officials are just reminding people to take their time, keep speed low, keep a safe distance with other drivers. And the key here is to just get through this morning rush, Dave, as temperatures rise later on in the morning and afternoon. Then we're going to be getting a whole lot of rain, so icy conditions. It won't be so much of an issue later on today for the evening commute as people are heading home from school or work. But again, right now the eye is on the morning commute and the potential of a mess that we're going to have this morning.
Thank you for those tips, Tim. Stay safe out there, and same goes to you listening this morning at 6:02.
Now we've got the full forecast in just a moment. We begin in the traffic center, though. Justin Drobick, traffic and weather on the 2s in the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center.
And good morning. We'll start out to the Westchester County area. Many reports of icy conditions, southern Chester County around the Oxford, Avondale area, or even Route 1 portions of that untreated. And you have the sleet, snow falling in that area. Same goes to the Route 30 bypass. Just a call on that. Watch out for some slick conditions on the bypass right now as that sleet is beginning to fall. And now there's reported an accident on the bypass westbound near Route 82. So just a heads up, be a bit dangerous out there. Close to Philadelphia, it's pretty dry at the moment, and we still are dealing with this vehicle fire on 95 northbound. This is near the Betsy Ross Bridge. Looks like the fire is out. Still crews have the 2 right lanes blocked off, so there is a delay that begins just past Allegheny Avenue. And 95 southbound moving okay. No issues in Center City and the Vine Street Expressway. Roosevelt Boulevard, once again, there is a water main break in the inner drive. Everything's blocked off the inner drive between Welsh and Grant. Hearing you are able to get through on the outer drive, so that's good news. Schuylkill Expressway shaped for now, same with 476 and the Northeast Extension. Pennsylvania Turnpike, no reported problems, but again, you head out west, that's where you're going to run into some potential slick conditions. New Jersey drive for now, the rain will be moving in, but you're in good shape on 295, 42, Turnpike, and 55, and Mass Transit is not reporting any major issues. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement 24-hour traffic center for your home's windows, siding, roofing, doors, and baths. TrustPJ.com. I'm Justin Drobick.
Chat with Marvin Gomez from the NBC 10 First Alert Weather Center, tracking rain and wintry mix. Hi, Marvin.
Hey, Dave, definitely. We're talking about a busy morning across most of our area. The wintry mix will be with us most of the day, especially across the Lehigh Valley and any other areas north and west of the city. In the city itself, we could see a couple of snowflakes, but I think quickly we're going to change over to rain, and the rain will be with us most of the day. Winds are going to start picking up, gusts up to 35 miles per hour are possible, and along the coastline, I think some gusts could even reach 50 miles per hour. 46 our high temperature for today. Tonight, we're cooling down only to 49, and so we're really not, only to 40 degrees, so we're really not experiencing much of a cool down. Still looking at rain, and Friday, there is the chance for a couple of showers during the morning. Mainly quiet weather by the afternoon, but still holding on to some clouds. Saturday, sunny skies with a high of 42, 38 degrees heading into Sunday with mostly sunny conditions, and quiet weather is expected for early next week. Dave?
Thank you, Marvin. Some schools in our area are closed or are opening late because of this weather. You can see a list of those schools at kywnewsradio.com/schools.
Police are looking for the shooter who fired into a bar in West Philadelphia early this morning and wounded a woman who was sitting on a bar stool. Happened around 1:30 inside the 54th Street Lounge at 54th and Wyalusing. The workers tell police there were about 5 customers inside when somebody opened the door, reached in, and started shooting. The woman was shot in the leg. She's in the hospital in stable condition this morning. Chief Inspector Scott Small says this wasn't the first issue at that bar overnight.
We got a call for the same location, 54th and Wyalusing, for a report of a fight involving at least 2 people and gunshots. And this was just about an hour and 15 minutes before the shooting. So we believe it may be related.
And now cops are interviewing everyone who was in that bar at the time, and they're looking at footage from surveillance cameras.
Police also named the suspect they're searching for in the shooting of a PPA officer in Frankfurt last month. An arrest warrant has been issued for Tremaine Salisbury. Captain John Walker says the 39-year-old shot PPA officer Timothy McKenzie.
The gentleman just out there doing his job, and this guy walks up on him and just shoots him. Clearly tries to kill him. And unfortunately, through the intervention of God, I believe, the bullet hit him in the side of the neck, bounced off his spine, back up out of his shoulder, and lands in his jaw.
Salisbury lives along 56 in Woodland in Confessing. Police believe he's still in Philadelphia. They want him to turn himself in. A $20,000 reward has also been issued for anybody with information leading to Salisbury's arrest and conviction. Walker says video of a similar shooting in New York 3 days before McKenzie was shot helped them ID the suspect.
Through the constant work between the 2 departments, looking at the video they had, and looking at certain characteristics of the offender, including the gun that was used, we knew we had the same suspect.
Salisbury's a person of interest in that shooting in the Bronx. PPA officer McKenzie was on his beat in Frankfurt and Orthodox when he was shot. He's out of the hospital and recovering at home.
6:07 on this Thursday morning. Neighbors in Chinatown have made it clear they do not want a new 76ers arena in their backyard. They said as much to the officials from the team. A town hall last night was packed with people. Here's KYW's Dina Barati.
All seats were taken, and it quickly turned to standing room only at Chinatown.
So this will be the first, possibly the only video in this series. I may be showing it out of order, like this is something I intend to put at the beginning, just to explain that not entirely sure how the camera works, what video editing software I'm going to use. I'm probably going to try to get this up quickly, which means I won't have created an intro or an outro or anything like that. Again, mainly for the benefit of Matt, because I said, well, my friend who will be unnamed, because I said I would do this. Not again, as I said earlier, or I'll say in the future if I put this at the beginning, not exactly sure what he expected, whether he intended to just have me video myself driving all the way to work or drive home. The point is, when I say I don't know how this works, I realize every time I went to turn the volume off on the radio, I've got my phone plugged into the USB, plugged into my car. When I hit the button for the radio to turn off the volume, I actually turn off the camera. So that's interesting functionality there. So now what I have to do is turn down the radio. With all that being said, I don't even know if the video is picking up the audio. So I'll probably edit this down too, because most of what I'm saying is poignant. I just wanted to point out that this first one is probably going to be crappy because I'm going to try to edit it together quickly with whatever software I happen to have at home and post it because I told my friend I would, who may or may not be named Matt. That's it.
Communities involved and say, what do you want here? And their response to this site was they wanted to continue Spring Garden Street all the way down to the riverfront, generous public access, and a perimeter path around, active retail.
The project will create
You know what? What I'll probably do is I'll leave this part in where I'll probably put it at the beginning, and then I'll leave it where it's supposed to be. And that weird little gap or pause that just happened, maybe 30 seconds to a minute long, I'll fast forward through that to explain this part, to get to this part here where I'll explain, like, you know, even though I said I was going to move this to the beginning, I'm probably just going to copy it to the beginning and leave it where it is. That way it doesn't like really remove continuity. If I can figure out a way, what I will probably do is shorten this whole video, which is probably going to be an hour and a half, down to like maybe 2 to 3 minutes by either chopping, or if I can, I'd love to do that fast forward thing where, like, you know, when there's like minutes and minutes and minutes of dead space where it's just the news and nothing interesting on the news, where I can just like zip, 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 and then it just goes to the next part where I'm talking, which again will probably mean that me explaining what I'm going to do will be the longest part of this video, which is what's happening right now. And hopefully, if there's a part 2, I'll actually have something interesting to talk about instead of this like meta, like self-referential talk about the video that I haven't even made yet.
Stock number DN095, and we've got 25 Rams available on the ground. We've got new Jeeps in stock with up to $5,000 in discounts and incentives. No gimmicks, no surprises. It's Ross Choate's Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Call us at 866-415-8892. That's 866-415-8892. We're just 7 money-saving minutes from the King of Prussia Mall, or online right now at NorristownCDJR.com. Now, without the fast talk, Ram includes loyalty to qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Jeep Gladiator, stock number JN357. Let's go, Birds.
Stretch your lashes to new heights with CoverGirl Exhibition Stretch and Strengthen Mascara. Up to 60% longer looking lashes. It's an instant lash extension effect. Lift, stretch, and lengthen with a lightweight formula infused with biotin, peptide, and pro-vitamin B5 for strength and protection against breakage. Looking for a lash extension in a bottle? Try CoverGirl Exhibition Stretch and Strengthen Mascara for up to 60% longer lashes. From easy, sleazy, beautiful CoverGirl.
The final days of Winterfest are here at Lowe's. Save now before they're gone. There's still some time to check out your list with big savings on gifts your favorite DIYers will love. Find all the top brands and tools, smart home, small appliances, and more. We make shopping for last-minute gifts easy too. When you buy online, you can pick up in-store now through December 24th. Celebrate the holiday season and don't miss the final days to save during Winterfest. Only at Lowe's.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
Sequel Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. Sequel Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
613, are you short on COVID tests? We'll tell you how you can get some for free. Coming up on K1W News Radio, now we got traffic and weather on the 2, sponsored by Phoenix Language Services. Hey Justin, he's in the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center.
And towards your day, conditions going downhill, especially out in Chester County, where you have the heavier snow, sleet falling. So heads up traveling on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, Route 35 pass, southern Chester County around West Grove, Parksburg, Lincoln University, all those areas, some roads untreated and are becoming icy. Looking at the current temperatures in those locations, or below freezing. So just slow your roll out there. There is a report of crash on the bypass westbound out here, Route 82, and then we do have slow traffic on Route 35 pass, portions of 322 and Route 1 in Chester County. I'm sure some of these salt crews are out there slowing down traffic as well, so just give them their space. And then you have 95 northbound, still jam up, or just past Allegheny Avenue, brief jam up, and the 2 left lanes are able to get by. From an earlier vehicle fire, the fire is out, the crews there on the scene. And then we have that trash fire from a trash truck that's burning, or was burning, on the ramp from 422 west to get to Trooper Road. Hearing they're still out there working on it. So again, they're using obviously water to put that out. So ice could be an issue in that area as well. So hopefully they put down salt after that. Water main break, once again on the Roosevelt Boulevard in the inner drive between Grand Avenue and Welsh Road. Pretty common now the past few months, but you are able to get through on the outer drives. Bridges, they're moving okay. New Jersey, no problems reported on 42-295 or the Turnpike. Down in Delaware around Wilmington, pretty quiet. 202-95 and 495 looks like the road's just wet as temperatures are above freezing. And mass transit looks okay. Phoenix Language Services has been the primary provider of language access services for institutions and businesses in Philadelphia for decades. They are seeking experienced on-site medical interpreters in all languages. Join their team. Apply today at plsi.net. Next up, 8 less than 10 minutes. I'm Justin Dromick. Now the forecast. Sponsored by Turn 7 Holiday Gift Liquidation. Here's Marvin Gomez at the NBC 10 First Alert Weather Center.
We have a busy Thursday ahead for ourselves. The wind and some snow showers are mainly in areas north and west of the city, quickly changing over to a wintry mix. Across the city itself, it's going to be mainly rain that's going to impact us most of the morning and during the afternoon. Speaking of the afternoon, I am expecting winds to increase as well. Gusts up to 50 miles per hour are possible along the coast. 46 degrees are high temperature today. Tomorrow feeling a bit on the warmer side, 49 for your high, with a couple of showers during the morning, but I do expect dry weather for the afternoon. Heading into the weekend, mostly sunny conditions on Saturday with a high temperature of 42 degrees. I'm NBC 10 First Alert meteorologist Marvin Gomez.
34 and cloudy in the city. We're heading to 46 with rain on the way.
Just in time for the holidays. Turn 7 liquidation opens to the public. Turn 7 is massively overstocked. We got the gift. Below cost. And yet, you'll know every name. Philadelphia Mills, Morristown Mall, and 48th and Market. Turn 7 liquidation.
Dow futures down 270, NASDAQ futures down 167.25, S&P 500 futures down 42.
KYW News Radio 103.9 FM is always live and always free on the Odyssey app.
3 things to know right now, sponsored by Oliver Heating and Cooling. A woman has been voted in as captain of Hageman's Spring Band for the first time in the club's history with the Mummers.
Language barriers can be a problem when it comes to healthcare, but the medical report tells us how technology is improving things.
And our top story this morning, we're starting to see some icy conditions in Western for this morning's commute. It's all ahead in the next 15 minutes. Good morning, I'm Ian Bush.
I'm Dave Buren, and with Tim McLaughlin, Connor Barcott, and Danielle Paglia at the editor's desk. Preparations underway for the 123rd Philadelphia Mummers Parade on New Year's Day. KYW's John McDevitt talked with the captain of the string band club, who is leading the way in more ways than one.
The Hageman String Band is working on musical numbers, costumes, and sets, all for their big Broadway-style production along Broad Street on New Year's Day. For the first time in the club's history with the Mummers, a woman has been voted in as captain of Hageman. The 5th female captain ever in the whole string band division. Kelly Ann Gallagher will lead her club in a baseball-themed performance.
There's a lot of moving parts involved. Captain, head of team committee. The thing I love about Hageman, though, it's such a great team atmosphere. We have such a great heart, and that's pulling us through this pandemic and getting people back and playing again. So that's what kept us going this whole time. I mean, it was tough in August, membership-wise, and we kind of looked at each other. We sat in our room and said, "Are we doing this?" And we all looked and said, "Let's do it."
The Mummers Parade includes over 40 organized clubs in 5 divisions that compete against each other for bragging rights. The Dancing Brigade will also perform 2 indoor shows on New Year's Day. That's the Halloween event. John McDevitt, KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
618, what's old is new again as the federal government is preparing for possible spikes in COVID cases this winter.
Among the plans, the Biden administration is again making free COVID tests available. You can order those, it says, through covidtest.gov starting today. Personnel and equipment are being put on standby should hospitals become overwhelmed in the weeks and months ahead. That includes surge teams and ventilators. The number of Americans getting their shots has dropped significantly, even as COVID cases increased after Thanksgiving. And the numbers are expected to go higher over the upcoming holidays as more Americans gather together and spend time indoors.
As correspondent Tammy McCormick, a Biden administration official says funding for the new free tests has been reallocated from other virus programs.
The KYW News Radio Medical Report with Dr. Brian McDonough.
Sponsored exclusively by Independent Blue Cross.
Man, this is the second most commonly spoken language in the United States, and at this point, about 1 of 8 people speak Spanish at home. Organizations like the American Academy of Family Physicians have been looking at key areas of concern be the MVP. I mean, that defense too.
The offense was solid too.
No, the offense is wrong, but their defense, the defense takes everything to a whole nother level. Because you don't understand football, like, it's complimentary.
Parsons did not indicate Hurts as this year's NFL MVP, instead vouching for Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. So those remarks made their way to the Novacare complex yesterday. Hurts said,
We're worried about the Bears right now.
and he's worried about the Bears. Nick Sirianni didn't even know about it.
Honestly, I'm not familiar with that yet. I don't. Yeah, imagine someone will bring it to my attention next week. I don't know. I don't know. We're worried about the Bears. No, my Bears on
Well, that's because that's who the Eagles are actually playing this weekend. They play the Cowboys on Christmas Eve. Defensive end Brandon Graham was not surprised by Parsons' comments because, Parsons is a Cowboys.
Stay like changing on my end to the topic until we get that ring.
That is his advice to Jalen Hurts. Eagles, Bears, Sunday, 1 o'clock for Soldier Field. In a crash on 95 South near the Betsy Ross Bridge. We'll check on that. The rest of the road's next.
I'm Raquel Williams. Do you know a game changer?
Hello?
Hi. Getting Cassie ready for school? No. All right. I'm doing that thing that Matt asked me to do. I'm not Facebooking it. I'm just recording myself on the way to work with my phone. And I was going to stay silent the entire time. I had the radio playing in the background, just the news, for fear of, in case I put it on YouTube, copyright strikes. I don't know if that happens with the news or not, but it doesn't matter. And I was explaining how I was going to edit it up. Anyway, the point is, I was going to be silent, but I was listening to the radio. I'm not doing commentary on everything, even though I have a strong opinion about every single news story that was there. But they're talking about sports, so of course I had to be all over that. Well, so I can't even remember the name of the player, but one of the players is worried about the Bears. So I related the amusing little anecdote about us reading the Bible about 2 weeks ago, that passage in Kings 2, chapter 2, lines 22 through 24 about the prophet going somewhere and cursing and the bears and stuff like that. I thought it was funny. So what are your plans for today now that Cassie has to stay home?
I don't know. I was thinking I was going to go to Target. I can still do that.
For what?
I don't know. I don't take a look at what Christmas shopping I have to do yet to try to get that done.
Right.
She was saying that she's like, oh, what if we have no school tomorrow? I'm like, well, it's supposed to just rain.
They've canceled school when it was warm and sunny. I don't get why they burn these days so early in the season. Like, what is the weather we're supposed to get up there?
Well, I did look at the weather here.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get fucking Face ID. Could I just put my thumbprint back on this ridiculous piece of crap?
Ridiculous piece of crap.
It's about $1,700. I should be able to open my fucking phone. It says 99% chance of precipitation. A high of 38, low of 34. Under those conditions, there should not be any snow. But when I look down, that's at the totals. When I look down at the hourly forecast, it says 30 degrees. So obviously, that's a lie. Well, you gotta lie, Latrice. And then there's snow between 7 and 10 a.m. And then it rains, and then it turns to rain.
Right, but with temperatures that low, I guess what they're afraid of is the roads icing up.
Yeah, well, I
winter weather advisory remains in effect until 5 p.m. this afternoon. Mixed precipitation expected, total snow accumulations up to 2 inches, and ice accumulations of around 1/10 of an inch. Winds gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Plan on slippery road conditions may impact morning and evening commutes. Precipitation will begin as a mix of slow, steep, sleet, and freezing rain in the morning. Temperatures will warm above freezing during the afternoon, resulting in a change to plain rain.
All right.
That's supposed to rain like all day tomorrow.
What's the temperature supposed to be tomorrow?
A little warmer.
Yeah, bummer. Oh, I gotta be in work tomorrow anyway. Today's the 15th, right?
Yeah.
I got a team meeting tomorrow. Alright, I guess I'll let you go.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Alright, bye.
Bye-bye. Son of a diddly.
If you do lose power, our team is ready to restore your service as safely and quickly as possible. Safety is always PECO's top priority, and it can be yours too. Make sure you and your family are ready for storms and potential outages by visiting PECO.com/storm to get more information about how you can prepare for severe weather before it happens. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Will you be traveling to see family and friends this holiday season? There's an updated COVID-19 vaccine that helps protect against the newer variants. If you are older or have a chronic condition, you are at greater risk. If it's been more than 2 months since your last shot, or 3 months since you had COVID, you should get the shot. It's easy and free to you. Learn more at covidvaccineproject.org. That's covidvaccineproject.org.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK. This is Sarah. How can I help?
I think it's reproducing.
You think?
My junk is reproducing.
Brian, I need you on line 7, please.
Hello, Sarah. Who are we helping today?
This man has junk that is reproducing.
I put a couple of pieces of junk on a shelf or in a closet or anywhere really. And when I come back, there's a lot more junk.
Junk is like termites, mosquitoes, and ants. If you let it get a foothold, it will take over your house and your yard.
But have no fear. We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
No more junk?
No more junk.
You can eradicate it completely?
All you have to do is point.
But I really have a lot of junk.
Our clean and shiny truck holds 7 times as much as a pickup truck.
And our uniformed junk technicians will love to make junk disappear.
All I have to do is point.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com. KYLD News Time, 6:30.
Medicine Studio, ranked among the top in the nation and number 1 in Pennsylvania by U.S. News and World Report.
103.9 FM. We're seeing some icing in the western suburbs as the storm brings a wintry mix and rain to the region.
region. SEPTA says it's working to clear out drains that have been leaking water, icing over along Roosevelt Boulevard and causing crashes.
Bucks County officials are expected to give an update on Beth Capaldi, who's been missing since October.
Sure sounded like Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons downplayed Jalen Hurts' impact for the Eagles. Hurts said he's only worried about the Bears right now.
35 going up to 46. Still waiting for that sun to come up. The computer says it's overcast right now as we expect wintry mixed conditions this morning in the north and west suburbs. It's Thursday, December 15th, 2022. Good morning. I'm Dave Uram.
And I'm Ian Bush. Good morning. And on KYW News Radio 103.9 FM for Sophia weather coverage, sponsored by Hatfield. You're going to want to be especially careful during your morning drive to work and school today with that wintry mix in the forecast. Already seeing some icing in the far western suburbs. We'll have the forecast in a moment, and we'll check on traffic too. But let's head out to the roads. KYW's Tim is in King of Prussia. Tim?
Ian actually moved over to Malvern here on Route 30, not far from 202. Things are just getting started. It's mainly sleet with a few snowflakes mixed in right now. This is the first precipitation that we've come across so far this morning. Now, at this point, roads are in decent shape. The crews have been out retreating the roads. I was in King of Prussia this morning, decided to drive up 202 from there to get to this location. And you can see lines of brine on the road in anticipation of this storm. Now, the concern is for the morning rush and people trying to get around in the suburbs as this wintry mix falls. So this is certainly not the time to move too fast. Officials say keep those speeds down and a decent distance between yourself and other drivers, even with roads treated. And says salt and brine, those aren't magic bullets. You could come across slick spots at any time. So definitely something to be mindful of. It's been quite some time since we've had to drive through any of this. So the key is, Ian, to get through this morning. Again, we're having a bit of this mix here where we are in Malvern. But when temperatures do go up later on today, this will all turn into rain.
Yeah, I'm seeing an NBC 10 camera shot from Westchester, not far from where you are, Tim, in Chester County, with a wintry mix falling there, some big snowflakes mixed in. 6:32.
Mother Nature had nothing to do with this, but SEPTA is working to stop what's become an ice puddle on the boulevard this morning. We're going to hear about that after traffic and weather on the news. Justin Tropic and the DJ Fitzpatrick Public Improvement Traffic Center. Good morning, Justin.
And good morning. Yes, it looks very rough out in Chester County right now. Numerous reports of accidents through the county and slow traffic both directions on the Route 30 bypass. Crews are out there putting down salt. There's an accident westbound near Route 82 nearby on 322, also very slow because of the conditions. And same goes for Route 1 through Chester County. And portions of Route 1 down on Oxford University early this morning still haven't been treated. And you have a good sleep fest taking place there right now, so watch out for the icy conditions. Coming north out of Delaware on 495, right as you approach the Pennsylvania state line, very slow, likely some salt crews out there just slowing down traffic. And then you have a jam up 95 south in Pennsylvania between Tappan Avenue and the approach of the Betsy Ross Bridge. Two separate crashes, multi-vehicle accidents. They are in the left lane, attracting some attention. Northbound, there was a vehicle fire near the Betsy Ross Bridge. That one's cleared. That delay is gone. We also have a trash truck fire or trash burning from the trash truck that's blocking the ramp still from 422 west to get to Trooper Road. Crew's still on the scene, but everything's open on 422. Pennsylvania Turnpike, these are okay, but you go farther west into Chester County out towards Downingtown, past Downingtown, that's where things start getting a bit slick with the precipitation moving in. Delaware, again, mainly just rain, so 202 and 95 around Wilmington looking okay. New Jersey still pretty quiet, no main real increase in volume right now on 42, 295 with the Turnpike, and Mass Transit is not reporting any major delays. And if you do have a traffic tip, give us a call on the NJM Insurance Traffic Tip Line, 215-724-1060. Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Justin Dromick.
Take a look at where we are, where we go from here in terms of the weather. Meteorologist Marvin Gomez is in the NBC 10 First Alert Weather Center. Hey, Marvin.
Hey, good morning. We are tracking the rain and the wintry mix that's already starting to get into areas mainly north and west of the city. I am expecting most of our region to essentially end up with the rain for the second half of the morning and into the afternoon. Temperatures today climbing up to 46 degrees. Winds will be picking up. Expect the gusts up to 35 miles per hour across the city, and along the coast, some of those gusts could even reach 50 miles per hour. Temperatures tonight at 40 degrees. Tracking the rain across the
region, even some showering conditions.
It's getting close to the end of the trip. For reasons, I can't show the beginning of the trip or the end of the trip. So my thought was, since I'm not showing the beginning or end of the trip anyway, maybe I should get 2 cameras going. So instead of this ridiculousness that my friend suggested of looking at me at the whole time, maybe you get to see the world outside, the traffic, and the pretty roads, which you really can't see because I travel so early in the morning. It's just inky blackness, at least for me. I have night blindness, so I actually can't see the road. But I think maybe tomorrow I will do both cameras. I just have to find a way to set up the other one so that it records the road while this one's recording my ugly mug. Also, I'm wondering, should I be flipping the camera around? Like, instead of using the reverse camera, which isn't as high quality, which is probably doing me some favors, I wonder if I should have the camera, I wonder if I could record both sides of the camera at the same time. That'd be neat. I should look that up. Anyway, the point is, I'm going to have to wrap this up soon because it's we're getting dangerously close to the destination, which I've been told I can't have on this video. There was some part of this I was thinking of it. Oh, right, just the fact that, yeah, the origin and the end. So you're missing quite a few minutes of the journey at the beginning and at the end because I can't include those. In fact, I don't start recording until I'm well on my way, and then I stop recording well before I reach my destination. This is what happens when you ramble unscripted, or when I ramble unscripted. So there you have it. God, I hope I edit most of that out. Just in case I don't, I'll leave this in here as audio. Hi, this is Editor Chris. I decided not to edit that out. Not because I thought it wasn't pertinent, just because I'm too lazy. If I do edit it out, I'll probably edit this out also. I don't see me doing that. Got like maybe a minute to fill before I have to kill the before I have to kill the video. So I'll talk about coffee. This is you saw me stop at Dunkin' Donuts earlier. I'm drinking Dunkin' Donut coffee. So I like Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I also like McDonald's coffee. They're both pretty good. They're pretty close to equal. I maybe go back and forth. I think I like Dunkin' Donuts slightly more than I like McDonald's, but they're both very good coffees. Wawa coffee, and this is going to upset a lot of people. I don't know why. Wawa coffee is terrible. Its only redeeming quality is that it is coffee, but I don't know. Like, I'm not a coffee snob. I don't have a very complex palate, but for some reason, no matter what combination of coffees I make there, whether I go with straight, all the different flavors, or I mix them up, it always tastes like even if it's strong coffee, it tastes watered down. There's something about it that just tastes wrong. I don't know if it's a psychological thing. I don't know if I have something, if Wawa wronged me in some way, but I've never liked their coffee. Like, it is either an order of magnitude or an echelon below McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. And like, I know that sounds extreme, but it really is. It tastes like they made coffee. It tastes like they made good coffee, and then they added like really bad water to it or something like that. It's always been like that. It's not like a specific Wawa. I've run into this at every Wawa. So I know most people wouldn't agree. In fact, there's quite a few people at work that really like Wawa coffee. But Wawa does have free coffee days, and I do not believe Dunkin' Donuts does. There's probably a reason for that. Dunkin' Donuts doesn't have to have free coffee days. I'm probably wrong. Maybe they do give out free coffee, but I think the reason Wawa gives out free coffee is they try to get you addicted to their coffee. It's just not going to work. It's terrible. Hitting a lot of lights, so there was slightly more than a minute to fill, but I am going to have that in this video soon. My voice doesn't normally sound like this. It's the morning. I usually have a very high-pitched, effeminate voice, but I can probably tweak this in the editing and make it sound higher, but that'll be the point. So as I said earlier, my intention is to edit this video tonight if I can, and put it on my YouTube channel and send a link to just the one person that suggested I do this. The one person that suggested I do this, send me some suggestions, things that you would like me to talk about during my insane commute to and or from work. I don't know if it makes sense to do this on the way home, although on the way home my head would be much clearer because I'll actually be awake. Say a lot. I'm gonna stop that. But if you've got topics you'd like me to ramble about just to see how that flies, let me know. You could literally call me, but it'd be a lot funnier if you just put it in the comments so that I have to read the comments. Even though we talk on the phone all the time, it would be really funny if I end up having a YouTube channel with one viewer and one commenter. right, we're actually at the point where I have to end the video. I was hoping I would think of some kind of clever little sign-off or a thing to say at the end. Maybe I'll think of something and edit in post-production, but I really doubt it because I'm relatively lazy. So